This is a 400S with the electronic option on the back. We're not going to use that right now. We're just going to show you a little bit about how the resistograph works. So let's do a test drilling. Scott's holding a spruce tree here, and as you can see, quite a lot of decay. If this were just standing and you didn't know that decay was here, this is what the resistograph's for. So let's brace it firmly against the side and start drilling in. Now we watch this little needle creeping up. We've got quite a lot of drilling resistance. Then it goes down straight away into a cavity, so right away we know we've got a problem. We're not getting any drilling resistance at all here. So we can tell straight away from this reading we have a serious problem inside this tree. A little bit of resistance coming up now and again. Well, this is a 400 unit, so it drills 400 millimeters. I'm going to stop the reading round about there. Put it in reverse, and we back it out, and you can see the drill coming out here. And as you can see, the needle is very flexible. It's a very high quality steel needle. So we'll just wind that back inside here. As we get close to the end, we slow it down so that we don't burn the clutch out. And just feel it's home. Now we're going to pop that reading out. And you can see where we started. This is the very outside, going through the bark. Here's the soundwood, and here's this cavity going all the way along, and we don't pick any more soundwood up until about 5.5 inches into the wood, and then you can see the reading going through some areas of decay, some areas of soundwood, more areas of decay going across. Now we're just going to show the resistograph and how it deals with cracks. And here we've got a crack in the spruce tree, and let's just see how the resistograph records that when we're drilling in. If we have a crack inside a wooden structure, whether it's a tree or a pole, what we'd expect is a very sudden drop in resistance. And there it is. There's the crack, and it's coming up sharply the other side. Very consistent reading going through the soundwood. And there's our crack, starting at 5 inches, going through to 5.5 inches. It matches perfectly. And that's the beauty of the resistograph, that this calibrated reading, drilling depth, tells you exactly where the defect is inside the wood.
Okay, Oliver, we're here to look at this big deodar cedar. I think it'll be a good opportunity to look at some growth ring patterns in the tree, and there may be some problems at the base of this tree where it's been buried. Okay. So, we're going to take a drilling of this tree. I'm just going to take a drilling right into the main trunk here, aiming the drill right toward the center of the tree, where I think the center of the tree is going to be. I'm going to angle this and open the cover so that the video can pick this up a little better. And here we go. We're into the tree, and the resistance from this tree is very consistent, and the pattern is consistent too. You can see the peaks and valleys here. The peaks were the higher resistance wood, that's the late wood produced late in the year, and the early wood produced in the spring and the peak of the growing season is typically softer. But we still can discern the regular pattern, and the resistance, although it's varied a bit, is still consistently high, indicating that we have sound wood all the way into this tree. Well, this is a really good tree to look at, I think, here in Ravenna Park. It's a big leaf maple, and it has 3 codominant stems and some obvious signs that there may be some decay present in the trunk. I'm going to ask Oliver to help me study the machine here, working over my head like this, and away we go. And the wood strength is pretty good so far. We're about 3 inches in now and continuing on in. I'm pretty positive we'll pick up a crack in here pretty soon. There's a little increase in resistance. That may be reaction wood. Oh, sure enough, there we go. We're down into the crack. I'm going to continue on. It's one of the great features of this tool is that you can drill through a decay area and get an idea, is it a hollow tree there or is it just a crack? In this case, it's pretty clear we have a crack. On this side, I'd assume from the reading that there is not much of a spreading decay column. On the other side of the crack, though, I think we're picking up a spreading bit of decay associated with this tag. We have a slow return to the peak resistance in the maple wood and then back into good wood. So we've picked up here a physical defect in the tree with a little bit of decay, and coupled with our reading from further down the tree, we know there's a decay column in the tree. Here's another interesting tree. It's a conifer this time, a western red cedar. It's got kind of a swollen base, and I suspect there's some decay in this tree. So I think we should use the resistograph to take a look.
Okay.
I'm going to drill here at about 4 feet off the ground, directly toward the center of the tree. I am recording this reading on the electronic unit, so in addition to the paper strip, I'll have some data we can look at later on. Here we go. We're pushing into the tree here now, passing about 4 inches. Whoa!
Oh, look at that decay column.
Now we've really quickly hit an area of decay in this tree, and that rapid drop is the beginning. It's probably not hollow. There's probably very, very degraded wood in there that's been used up by the fungi. And so we're going to drill in a little further just to see if this is going to be consistent. Now in this case the tree is probably not completely hollow in there, but the wood is very low strength, having been decomposed by the fungi. And I'd expect this to continue, as I said, all the way into the center of the tree. Now we've recorded this data on the electronic unit, and when we go back to the office we can compute the diameter of the tree versus the rind of good wood and make an assessment of this tree based on that information.